maybe his hatchery almost finishing. I hear hatcheries smell like instant noodles before they hatch.
I heard they smell like gross goop stuff.
Gross
There's a
goop
lot
stuff?
of
Oh, you're talking to Protosses. They're just like biased. It's instant noodles.
we have a lot of Zerglings out for FAMs moving up. They're not speedling. Speed is about to be done, so
Well, the thing is that there are only 4 Marines right now for a Cold SC. He doesn't have that defense needed, and it is going to be some sort of Banshee play, I'm assuming, since the Tech Lab did go down for the over the Starport, or rather, it was replaced from the factory. And I like early Banshees against Zerg. It's very strong, but the thing is, I don't think Cold SC really took the time to prepare an adequate defense for himself to survive to early Banshees. And these Zerglings, if they just run by now that speed is finished, they can actually just go into the mineral line and destroy every single worker.
he needs to move out now, though, because Cold SC is building some bunkers. He'll probably finish the block off by moving a barracks over.
Actually, he just canceled one of his bunkers, so Cold SC completely confident that this bunker is going to be able to effectively defend his base. And the Zerglings are moving up right now. They move in the bunker. Only 1 Marine gets into the bunker. It's 2 Marines, but he does bypass the bunker, go into the mineral line. This is what I was talking about. All the SCVs have to be pulled. They can't just be left mining with these Zerglings in the base. And 8 more Zerglings being produced by our Zerg player. This is just some serious economic damage.
And while he's doing this, he's building 4 Spore Crawlers, which is going to completely destroy his Banshee play that Cold SC is trying to play.
Fam's playing so safe right now. Those Spore Crawlers are going to be the perfect defense against this Banshee. And I like the positioning of them too. I think that this Spore Crawler, in particular at the natural, could really be moved up a little bit and more into the mineral line. And at the main, wow, that's just some great zoning right there. He could probably move it a little closer to the mineral line because there is a way to bypass it through this part right here on the side. But overall, it's some very good defense.
He does have Lair right now, so he can just turn any of his Overlords into Overseers, and then he doesn't even need Spore Crawlers because of his Queens.
I just checked the income tab. Right now, our Zerg player is 10 workers ahead of our Terran player, and he does have an expansion. So his economy is absolutely booming in comparison. And I like that he has his Overlord placed at that bottom right-hand expansion. Right now, the Terran player is behind, and he really needs to find a way to catch up. Obviously, that Banshee tech path isn't going to help him out, and a timing push will definitely be a little smaller without it. So his only real way to get back into this game is to build another command center and maybe increase his mining rate, get his economy up, and slowly overtake the Zerg player.
Yeah, he needs to find some way to do some offensive, and I think a drop play around soon would be really handy, but he has the Spire up, and that's going to really counteract any sort of drop play once those units come out.
What are those rocks by the extractors? They're just like slabs of stone. Does that happen when they infest the Vespian Geyser, or are they just there?
No, those were just there.
Really? Because the Terran base doesn't seem to have them.
Yeah, it does on the bottom one.
Really?
It's kind of like the Vespian Geyser's like a volcano erupting from the center of the earth.
Oh, it just shatters the tile set of the map.
That's what it's showing there.
Blizzard must be so upset that their tile set is shattered. And
they're used to it with Shattered Temple.
And I like this Zergling placed at the natural of Cold SC's base. It's really good. He'll see when the Terran player moves out, and he can prepare for a counterattack maybe, or prepare his defenses in time. And
I like Fam's decision to grab his third base all the way down at the third or fourth of the bottom right main base.
No, I completely agree. That's a great idea. If the Terran does scout his third, he's not going to see it. He's going to think he has a chance to maybe escape. Maybe he won't consider doing that timing push that he has in the back of his head right now because he doesn't know if the Zerg expanded or not. It's very important to always keep your opponent on the downside of the information scale.
Yeah, it's really useful to make ninja expansions. Sometimes I just like to show them exactly what I have and just run over them, because then they might over panic and they'll ruin their macro, and I'll just be like, okay, I was just doing some harassment. I'm going to go expand 4 times now.
Yeah, I agree completely. And we do have a small Terran force pushing out across the map right now, but there are 20 Zerglings being produced, and I think with that many Zerglings, he won't even need Banelings to clean this up, as long as he gets like a good surround. And oh no, the Mutalisk not paying attention, being picked off by the Marines. Great play by Cold SC, and Fems has to really pay attention to those Mutalisks.
He is supply blocked right now, so he could be in trouble. But he definitely has enough Zerglings to take care of this.
Yeah, those mutas actually thin the numbers of Marines quite a bit. And he does still have 6 mutas. I really love to see him counterattack into the base with them, because he does have enough Zerglings to defend this attack overall.
I'm not quite sure what that poor little queen was doing.
There's a lot of creep tumors in this base, I have to admit. There's just a lot of creep tumors here.
He's actually moving them up 3 at a time.
That's really, really strange.
Yeah, it's part of, like, when you make an extra queen like that, you have the third queen. That one queen is concentrated only on putting down the creep tumors, while the other 2 sit back, and he actually has 2 extra
Oh, great flank by the Zerg player, taking out those siege tanks, losing minimal amounts of Zerglings, and Cold SC is flabbergasted by that push. I really love that coming in from the side with those Zerglings. I would have loved if he sandwiched them both ways, and picking off the reinforcements. Fam's moving in to see a death push. And we see a double stream on your live stream? I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I'm checking.
Well, that's GG from Cold SC.
And Cold SC probably a little nervous. This is his first tournament, I'm sure, or at least LAN tournament that's been casted live by such eloquent speakers as ourselves. And I hope we go into a game 2 pretty shortly.
Let's figure out what they were talking about with that double stream thing.
Yeah, I'm looking and I don't see it. It looks just normal to me.
Yeah. Sorry about the chewing.
The chewing? What are you eating?
Sorry about the chewing. Delicious, yummy
chewing, what are
combos
you
with
eating?
real cheese.
Really?
Yes. It's so good.
Well, I am glad that you are well fed right now.
I wouldn't really call it well fed, but definitely not hungry. My candy spray. I wonder how. Hold on, I have to test something. I'm gonna spray my combo with my warhead spray and see how it tastes. Disgusting. Don't try it.
Okay. Well, I am actually so excited. That game was pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure those guys weren't exactly Masters level players, but yeah,
definitely
Cold
a good
SC was
game.
platinum, but they did play very smartly. They thought through their actions. You could tell there was strategy behind them. The build orders were pretty solid.
I think the only mistake that really happened was Cold SC didn't block off, and that gave FAMs a huge advantage in the long run.
Yeah, you really need to, pretty much in almost every circumstance, put up some sort of barrier so that Zergling run-bys can't happen.
I mean, it's okay if you don't do that if you go for early forces, but he was running a tech path, so he was really dependent on that wall in to try and protect him. And he didn't do it, and then the Zerglings came in and just slowed down his entire play, which gave him a huge disadvantage when the mutas finally came out.
They say they see 2 windows in my screen, but I'm looking at my stream right now, and I don't see these 2 windows.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I'm looking.
What if I do Shift 1? Oh yeah.
Get that guitar out of here.
Oh, I haven't checked chat. How's chat looking? Do they love me?
Pretty empty. Just Zerg's so underpowered, and then get that guitar out of here.
Please feel free to join chat. We do pay attention.
Guitars are beautiful.
Guitars are beautiful.
They are. Yeah, I'm not seeing this double window thing.
Yeah, me either. I'm like confused.
Very. Oh, I gotta join the game.
Yeah, you do.
My apologies for delaying everybody. Ah, sweet! I get to face Cold SC.
Oh, I think you do pretty well. You're a pretty confident Zerg player. You're a pretty handsome guy. You sound beautiful. You play the guitar. You're in Florida. You have Disney World near you.
Dude, I have the most beautiful picture of when I went to Disney World. They animated the entire castle with a projector. It was so cool. Like, they made it look like it was exploding and stuff. It was awesome.
Oh wow, my friend just broke up with his longtime girlfriend. This tournament is good for everyone.
You should introduce me.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. But, anyways, this was watching replay. You usually don't watch replays of games you win. It's interesting.
I know. It's good to even watch the games that you win. You want to know exactly how you won. You want to know if it's your macro, it's your...
Or if it was their mistake.
Yeah, exactly. You really want... And also, there's always room for improvement. When you win, you want to know, hey, my money was high when I was doing this final attack. I don't want that anymore. I want to throw out an extra command center somewhere on the map. I want to throw down an extra nexus, or build some more tech to make sure, or throw down detection just in case. It's always good to be alert and on the lookout. And speaking of being alert, the game has started right now. And in the top right-hand corner, we have Cold SC, our Terran player. And the bottom left-hand corner, we have the indubitable Fams, our Zerg player. This is Xel'Naga Caverns and Shinobi. ZVT on this map? We have seen 1,000 of them, huh? What do you think makes ZVT on this map so awesome?
Oh man, it's mostly just the main point of the game that you have to look out for is when the Terran finally get the gold and they secure it with tanks and marines and missile turrets all over the place. That's when the game starts getting overactive and it just gets insane on the middle ground. Because once they own that area, it's just so hard to get by them without using drop play and Nidus worms.
Yeah, it's just that Xel'Naga Caverns has this dynamicness to it, that it's a small map, but it has such a long rush distance, has such a long scout distance, that and it has all these positional barriers, like the Xel'Naga watchtowers, and this large cavern in the center, where you can cut the map into pieces, you can defend it in pieces, you can set yourself up for flanks. It's such a dynamic map in that sense, and it provides some really great games.
That it does. Xel'Naga Tower is one of my favorite maps.
Really?
Yeah. I have to say, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. You know what my favorite map is?
What?
Fastest map possible.
That map is fun.
Yeah, I just like to make pylon mazes. I don't know why. It doesn't do anything. People just destroy the pylons, but, you know, I really want someone to, like, six-pull me and, like, not be able to get in, and they just keep going through my pylon maze, and by the end of it, I just have cannons everywhere and carriers, and I'm just like, GG. Even though they could probably build something in the meantime.
Yeah, I usually do, I do a small cannon rush to 3 bases at one time, and then I do DT warp-ins.
Since when are you Protoss?
I play Protoss for fastest map possible. I do love DTs.
They're OP in fastest map possible. The fact that you can just build cannons endlessly, it's pretty great.
See, if I was to play Protoss, I would probably only DT rush ever.
Yeah. Ever?
Protoss, DT rush. Terran, DT rush. Zerg, DT rush.
What I love about DT rush is that you can do it in any matchup, really.
See, it wouldn't just be a DT rush. It'd be a cannon rush into DTs.
A cannon rush into DTs?
Yep.
And Cold SC is playing this game again without walling off. This is a very interesting style. I've seen it from a lot of pro players in experimentations in builds where they want the scout to get in to see everything, and then they do something completely different. Maybe even in a build where that's very solid and they don't even care what's playing on. But there's just no defense right now for Cold SC. A bunch of Zerglings could theoretically and realistically just run in and win him the game.
Yeah, I'm really curious as what he's doing, because he's doing some sort of 3-Rex play. He finally managed to take care of the extractor that was in his base. I think he's probably going to go for some sort of early push.
It does seem that way. He is gearing up towards that. Marine production is pretty high right now, and he is keeping up on his supply, which is always a good sign in platinum level players. And right now we do have speed almost, I would say 3/4 of the way done for FAMS. FAM sounds like an abbreviation for like a horrible famine that took place, like the FAMs of '98.
I'm gonna just call him F to the AMs.
F to the AMs. DJ Cold SC and F to the AMs playing for you on the mic today.
So. I'm really curious if Fans is going to decide to get a Baneling's Nest, because if he does, this entire strategy from Cold